The curse is broken. The Dallas Stars win their first game since 2016 in Canada's capital as Rope Hintz finishes off a thrilling 3-2 overtime comeback against the Sens.
You're Locked On Stars, your daily podcast on the Dallas Stars, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Howdy, Stars fans. I'm Joey Erickson, former producer 105 through the Fan. Please be sure to subscribe. We are free and available wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube. And as always, thank you so much for making us a part of your day and making us your first listen. Welcome to a Wednesday edition of Locked On Stars, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, now the #1 sports podcast network. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Download the FanDuel app now by visiting FanDuel.com and win $300 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. The drought is over, Stars fans. The Dallas Stars have finally done it. They won a game in Ottawa, and it was an all-timer. They trailed by 2 for a large majority of the game, but they climb all the way back and take it by a final score of 3-2 in overtime for their first win since 2016 in Canada's capital. Roope Hintz finishes it off. That overtime frame was like a microcosm of regulation. We're going to get into that, how the Stars power play continues to be lethal, and we're just going to slob over Mikko Rantanen and what he does for this Dallas Stars team. He was brilliant, and so was Miro Hiskanen, so was Roope Hintz. So many positives, but some negatives as well. Let's dive in to this one here tonight. My goodness, what a heart racer, what an all-timer in Ottawa. The first period was horrific. The Stars looked like they were stuck in mud, and Batherson scores on the first shot of the game against Ottinger. One, he should have stopped, and my head went immediately into the palm of my hand, and I thought this is going to be a long night. Ottawa doubled their lead, and the Stars just looked like a fish out of water in the first period. But as they usually do, all of a sudden, they arise from the death, they rise from their coffin, and then start to punch back. And the final half of the hockey game, they just took it to Ottawa. And they had to pull up their bootstraps. They put on the overalls. They put on the hard hats and just went to work. That was a feisty, grimy, hard-nosed hockey game. And the Stars really had to buck up. And I thought they did an admirable job to really get in the fight and to get engaged because they were swimming. And Jake Ottinger was spectacular the rest of the way. He was really shaky at first, and I got real nervous for what the night could have been, but he locked it down. Stars got better as the game went along, and they just started to punch, and here and there, they started to gain some momentum, and then boom, their power play gets a big-time goal. Of course, Mikko Rantanen with a great defensive play. He's sprung by Jason Robertson. Mikko buries the breakaway in that second period. That was a massive tally for Dallas, too, because Ottawa came out in the second period and sort of carried what they did from the first into the opening 3 or 4 minutes. And then Mikko did a great job to get his stick on the puck, which forced an errant pass, and then Robo just had to tap it into his path, and that was a big-time goal for Dallas, just to give them something, to give them life, and it spurred them on. They just hung around, and you have to give them credit. It was physical. Everybody was joining the battle. That's what I loved about this one tonight. Roope was throwing his body around. Jason Robertson, Bischel, right? All of these guys were throwing their weight around and joining the fight. The Stars ended up with 24 hits. They ended up out shooting the Senators 33-29. The shots on goal were 20-9 at one point in favor of Ottawa. it was just disgusting the first 25 minutes or so from the Stars. There's no other way to get around it. They were really, really poor, and they found a way to pull themselves out of a hole again. It's another multi-goal comeback. I don't know how they keep getting away with it, but look at some of the hit numbers. 6 for Liam Bichsel, 3 for Colin Blackwell, 3 for Jason Robertson, 4 for Roope Hintz. You got some depth guys, but you have your top 6 guys like Roope Hintz and Robo throwing their weight around, and the Stars just became harder to play against. They were winning 50-50 pucks. It just felt like they joined the fight because they were nowhere to be found in the first period and some change. But I come out of this very impressed with the Stars in what they did in Ottawa, which has just been a nightmare building for them over the last decade, really. And they just pounded away. They pounded on the rock. Mikko's goal was just ginormous. And then the Stars started to show their teeth a bit. We came in the game. What did we talk about? Well, the Senators give up a lot. They can score, but they give up a lot. And Dallas just could not create anything. They would get it to the red line, and they were retreating because Ottawa had got it back into the Stars zone. And Dallas was just defending for long stretches. But then you look at the final 2 periods, they end up out-shooting the Senators 21-13 from the second period on. And they end up out-chancing them 17-10 from the second period on at 5-on-5. Like, they just flipped the script. They were outshot overall 25-24, but the Stars outchanced them 19-18. And it sort of goes to what we discussed about the Stars offense in yesterday's episode. If you did not tune into that, please go back. I think it's really intriguing to hear some of the numbers on Dallas. And to give you a short little synopsis is the Stars are not generating a ton of shots, but the ones they are quality. They have created the second most high danger shots in the NHL, only behind Pittsburgh. And they were getting to the front of the net. They were getting deflections on Ullmark. It was chaos in front of both nets. That overtime frame was just bonkers. And the final little, kerfluffle in front of Ullmark's net was laughable at one point. Miro Hiskanen had a wide open net, and he got his shot blocked twice. I was dying because Miro shot it twice, and he just shot it into, I don't remember who it was. It could have been Sanderson or whoever, but he shot it twice, and it just looked like, screw it, I'm done. Let's get over to Robo. And then Robo shoots, it stopped. Ullmark is on his backside. He's flailing around, and then Rope's there, and Roope flings it in to cap off the victory. He deserved it. He was excellent on the night. Robo picks up a helper. So does Miro. Man, he's been special lately too. But I just thought it was really good to see. This is my main takeaway from the game. Guys like Mikko, Miro, Robo, Hintz, these are your premier guys. And they're not trying to kill the Sens to death with their skill when they're trailing. They are joining the physical brute game. They are joining the physicality, engaging in the warfare, right? And getting in there and making crap happen for themselves. They made that crap happen tonight. I would like to use another word, but we're going to keep it PG. They made it happen. And I think that's my main takeaway is just your big boy, your Stars being engaged and pulling the team to victory when you needed it, just pulling them to victory, in thrilling fashion too. That net front scramble in overtime. I mean, I couldn't get enough. As Robo circled the net, he found Miro, and Ullmark was sprawling. I don't know how Miro missed. That was Shane Pinto, actually, that made the couple of blocks. And I thought they're going to fail it. They're going to fail not score. But Hintz chunks it home. And Dallas gets it done. What a game. Since 2016, their first win. What a game. Hence the overtime winner. Miro has what? Did he pick up two assists in the game? No, he picked up three. No, two. He picked up two. Robo finally got a goal. We'll talk about that as the Stars power play is just snapping around. I made a bold prediction at the beginning of the season. I think it can come true. Let's talk about this Stars lethal man advantage unit in just a moment. Today's episode of Locked On Stars is brought to you by Drip Drop. When I'm hydrated, everything just works better. Your focus, your energy, mood, even your skin. And that's why you need to use Drip Drop. It's doctor-developed hydration that keeps you running at full power no matter what your day looks like. Drip Drop isn't your average sports drink. It delivers 3 times more electrolytes than half the sugar of leading brands, using a science-backed formula trusted by medical professionals, firefighters, and over 90% of top college and pro teams. It actually tastes amazing as well. Sometimes when you have those electrolyte drinks, they can leave that bit of a weird aftertaste. That is not the case with Drip Drop. Hydration has become a non-negotiable for everybody, right? And Drip Drop will help you feel sharper, calmer, and honestly, just better overall. Right now, Drip Drop is offering podcast listeners 20% off your first order. Go to dripdrop.com and use promo code LOCKEDONNHL. That's dripdrop.com. Promo code LOCKEDONNHL for 20% off. Stock up now before the heat hits hard and keep your body and mind performing at the best with Drip Drop. Hey, Locked On Stars fans, we want to thank you for helping us, the Locked On Podcast Network, the #1 sports podcast network. That was announced last week, and we want to share our appreciation for all of you. We would certainly not be a network without all of you. I certainly would not have a show if it wasn't for you as well. Thank you for joining me, making us a part of your day, making us your first listen on your way to the work, maybe while you're working out, whatever. We really, really appreciate it. And as I usually say at the end of every episode, thank you so much, as always, for the love and support. I'm truly lucky I get to do this, and it's a lot of fun, and we get to discuss Stars hockey every day. Okay, this power play is something for Dallas. It is something. My bold prediction at the beginning of the year was the Dallas Stars were going to have the best power play in the NHL. And boy, they're close. They're second right now, only behind Pittsburgh. The Stars are rocking along at 32.8%. 32.8%. And this is a power play that was darn good, and it's reached another level. Golitzin, I think, has something to do with that. Neil Graham deserves a lot of credit for what is happening as well. He also has very good players, but Neil Graham and Golitzin deserve a lot of credit for what they've been able to do with this power play. The #1 word I would use, or I guess maybe two, to sort of describe it or try to compare it from last couple of years is less stagnant. They move around. Their entries have become a lot easier. The Stars are able to get in with ease. I think Mikko helps with that just because of his strong play along the walls. But Robo also making the smart, simple decisions. The last power play the Stars had when they had a chance to take a lead in regulation was when they get into some troubles. When they start forcing passes, through sticks, and they didn't take advantage of that one. But their power play tied the game for them in the third period, and they were just feeding Robo. It looked like Robo was not going to be denied tonight. He's like, I don't care if I'm going to be selfish. I'm finally going to score, because it had been forever. Oh, it was so delicious. Oh, he whipped it past Oldmark. I mean, a laser into the corner. It was a thing of beauty. It's his 4th of the season. Mikko really sets it up too. He was hungry to keep pucks alive on that power play set. As the Stars missed a couple of shots, Mikko went to work, and Robo finishes it off. But they have really turned a corner and just impressed. They now have 20 power play goals on the season. 20 in their first, how many games is it now? 17, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was said they've now scored in 6 straight, maybe it's 5 straight games on the power play. It's remarkable what they've been able to sort of execute on. Now 17 games, yeah, and they have 20 power play goals. It's been a large part of their offense. They've needed it. And I'm okay with it. I'd rather have that than a power play that's struggling. But I think there's a lot of credit to go around. On the road, they've been just as good. Their power play at home's been awesome. On the road, they're 21%. They end up going 1 for 3 tonight, which they desperately needed. Their PK stepped up. And I like the movement, right? Like Mikko's moving around. Miro's not just sitting at the top of the zone and trying to shoot through shin pads, which I think we've seen a lot of over the last couple of years. Like Miro's doing something special right now. Like he is on one. He is on one. He picks up another 2 assists tonight. The beat goes off for him. He ends up grading out the best star, 2.71 game score, played 28 minutes. I said the other, just good things happen when he touches the puck. At 5-on-5, the Stars struggled at points, but when Miro's there, he's able to help get the puck out. They can exit. We saw in the first period, they struggled. Harley, Labushkin, Bischel, you name it. It just had some issues. But when Miro and Lundell are out, it just seems like everything sort of goes to plan. Everybody is more relaxed. And don't get me wrong, they had some tough shifts, but they were excellent. But that Stars power play, man, it is delicious. 20 power play goals now. They're second in the league. Mikko deserves a lot of credit. Miro does too. They've made it a weapon. And Ottawa was bad coming in, right? They were the worst team on the PK in the NHL. They needed to convert only once. Would have been nice to maybe cash in on one of your other opportunities. Maybe you didn't need overtime, but I don't know if they deserve the final power play they got on the Bischel high sticking. I didn't get a great look at it, but obviously Sens fans were upset, and the Stars didn't create much on that final chance. But that one they did where Robertson scored, they were just swarming Ottawa. And they were just making the easy plays, like find the open guy, right? You have the extra man. You don't always have to force it. And they were moving, and then all Robo needs is just a little bit of space, and he wired it home. But it is remarkable. I just think what they've been able to do, it was already good, and now it's something special. They ended up with 5 shots tonight on the power play in their three opportunities. They had 4 scoring chances. Not bad at all. They should get some looks. Johnston net front is great too, because he can stick handle in tight. He's also looking to set up. Like, they have a lot of playmakers, but they have a lot of goal scorers. Like, Robo's a goal scorer. Miro's, the facilitator, but I would classify Hintz, Johnston, and Mikko as playmakers. So you got like 3 guys on the ice, and then along with Miro that are, trying to move the puck. They can all score, of course, but they're all trying to make the good play. And I think it benefits everybody on the ice. Sometimes I think it gets them in trouble when they're trying to make too perfect of a play, but they are talented, and the group they have out, like, they can make it sing. They can make it sing. And tonight, it was a battle. Like, they weren't just, getting a ton of, they weren't getting those backdoor tap-ins or some of the looks they've gotten in tight. It was a lot from outside. And they had to work to keep pucks alive. It goes back to just sort of engaging and waking up and getting into some of those 50-50 battles and winning some of those chances, winning some of those pucks. And it benefited them tonight. Just a really, really lethal power play that has been fun to watch. They've needed, that's for sure. And hopefully their 5-on-5 game can continue to trend and start to mirror what their power play has been able to do. But look, they didn't change up a lot of personnel, of course, but there's a different philosophy, and it's shown. It has shown. It'll inevitably probably slump at some point, but right now it is scorching, and let's hope it stays that way for as long as possible. Stars take it 3-2 in overtime in Ottawa. First win since 2016. Mikko Rantanen was a beast. Let's just sort of salivate over what 96 brings to the Stars. This boy, he is everything and then some. Do that in just a moment. Today's episode of Locked On Stars is brought to you by our friends at FanDuel. The NBA is back, and there's no better place to get in on the action than with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Even if you missed the start of the game or want to ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything from who will score next to fourth quarter comebacks. Plus, you can even combine your live bets into a same-game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. It keeps every game exciting, especially when your team's making that late push. And I know the Dallas Mavericks have struggled out of the gate, but they did make one fun move. They are plus 1,600, I believe, last time I checked, to win the NBA championship. They may struggle to make the playoffs at this point, but you don't have to sprinkle money on the Mavs. You can sprinkle the money on maybe a college football team you like, or an NFL team, or just another NBA team. And right now, FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. So head to FanDuel.com to sign up. Play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Mikko, the Moose Rantanen, was loose again tonight. I am never not just left with my jaw down wide open when I watch Mikko. The way he just eats contact, he just eats it up, and he stays on his feet. His ability to protect the puck away from the opposition is as good as it gets. And, he's a bigger guy, so it's not like he can be like shifty and surprise you with the quickness, although he's so powerful. And it doesn't matter if it's big guys, smaller guys. He comes out of every battle with the puck, and he finds the open guy. He is just an incredible top 10 player in the NHL. Hands down, he's top 10, if not like closer to 5. And I'll hammer the point home again. I've done it a couple of times. This is why you sell the house for a guy like him. Stars have not had a guy like this since Smadano, maybe? Is that fair? Like Robo's great, but this is another level. This is another level. And the years I've watched Rantanen, now we get to watch him I didn't realize just maybe he wasn't that way, or maybe he didn't look that way in Colorado because, McKinnon was just, 100 miles an hour. He's buzzing around. So maybe it made Rantanen look more calm in some ways. But he plays ticked off. Like he has something to prove. Like a chip on his shoulder. And he's been a huge leader. You can tell. He's just like that emotional leader for Dallas. And I love the way he kind of wants to, piss off the other team too. Like the little stupid crap after the whistle. He drug Ullmark down. I can't believe he didn't get a penalty for that. But he I think it was obvious he ran into Ullmark a little bit. But that little stuff. And then he puts his palms in there. He's like, what do you want me to do? I love it. He tries to get under your skin. He plays with that edge. He plays kind of on the line, right? And then, we know he can, score. We know what he can do with the puck on his stick. But I didn't think I didn't know that there was that type of level, just I guess, in his effort. Not that I was listening any Colorado or Carolina fans, since I know they were just lobbing heinous accusations about how he was lazy and just a terrible person, pretty much. But it's a treat. It's a treat to watch him night in and night out. A goal and an assist in the game. He's now up to what? How many points does he have now? 20. He's got 23 in 17 games. Oh, he's everything and then some. The Stars could have wanted. So a big thank you and a round of applause to Jim Nill once again for making it happen. And I know we all love Logan Stankoven. I do. I love him more than I wish he was on the Stars. But the Stars did a good thing. They did a great thing, and and they're going to reap the benefits of it for years, because he is he's just another level. Like, that's why I think like this is a top 5. The way he can impact the game. I mean, and now he's away from McKinnon. He's away from Makar, like some of the great players in the NHL. I imagine there's some like, okay, like you thought I was riding the coattails of these guys. I'm going to effing show you I'm that guy. I am the Moose. And he's proven it. With a team that's had some injuries. They've had some struggles, but he is willing, lifting, the lead guy, getting the job done for the Stars. And deserves a lot of credit. Deserves a heck of a lot of credit. Just a fantastic game, fantastic performance from Mikko, and I'm over the moon. We get to watch him night in and night out. I know we had high expectations. It feels like he's even overachieving, if you can believe that. But what a game! Just what a fun one. It got off to such an ugly start. Oh, that first period was horrific. And the great thing about that is the Stars claw their way back, and now we don't talk about the negatives as much. We just get to highlight all the positives. But what a fun game, and we'll see if the Stars can take down Montreal now tomorrow. It's a lengthy road stretch. I think, including tonight, it was 8 of their next 12, I think, are on the road. So it's an important stretch. Dallas with the win. They still sit in second. Colorado's playing tonight against the Ducks. That's a good one. If it's not going to matter if the Ducks or if Colorado loses, excuse me. Stars will still trail Colorado, but they're in the thick of it. Fun one tonight. Thank you as always for love and support. Thank you for making the Locked On Podcast Network now the #1 sports podcast network. Leave a like. Drop a comment on your emotions after that one in Ottawa. The curse is finally broken. We'll be back tomorrow. A bit of a preview for you as Stars take on Montreal. Be sure to check out yesterday's episode about the Stars offense a bit, and we sort of broke that down in the numbers. I thought it was really intriguing. Some stuff I never really sort of dived into in some ways that I think many of you will find intriguing, at least hopefully. But as always, have a great rest of your day, Stars fans. We'll see you tomorrow. So long.